Alrighty. As we are returning to the trails, the road, Menzobat, we're gonna get a introduction of who we've got at the table. Um, any volunteers?
I'll go first. Hi, I'm Ridian, and I play Magda, who is a Yuan-Ti pure blood paladin. Um, she is, think of her like a kid who just is going to college, first time out of state. She's like away from her family for the first time, so she's very, very excited about all this freedom and everything else. So yeah, it's everything is really good. And I will go ahead and introduce Brent because I think he has to be little bit quiet for a little bit. So Brent plays Saren, who is a elf of some sort that I can't remember. Astral elf, I think, and he does like cool stuff. I think he's maybe a warlock or possibly sorcerer. I can't remember which, but he's a really cool guy, and he has a romance possibly thing going with a beautifully dangerous Mel, which is really cool. He plays like a big older brother to me. Totally awesome. An amazing fun fact is that um, his left toe is slightly larger than his right toe.
That does not
Mm.
have to be canon if you don't want it to be.
Reed, you did such a good job. I think you should introduce everybody.
Well,
Also, that's Kelsey who plays Ash. She's her body is like transformed into another body, so she's like trying to get used to her body. And there's a tail who's got like a mind of its own. Kind of once in a while, like slaps her in the face, and I don't think Ash likes that very much. So she used her tail to go fishing at one time, and I think the fish bit her tail, which wasn't really good. She's got a trident, and she's got a whip, and she's really cool. So yeah.
anything
Oh,
that you
and
would like to add? Okay.
fun fact is that she has a crush on the cook named Cook. No, possibly Chef. I can't remember. But he's a possibly an ogre. Um, no, I don't think that's it. Maybe I'm getting the canons wrong. But she's been chopping stuff, and she's like, I can do so much more than just chopping stuff. So she's trying to go ahead and get that sorted out. But I think we are possibly away from the ship now. So I don't know how that storyline is going. But she has smelled something in the woods that doesn't smell like really good, but she hasn't told anybody about it. So I don't know if she farted and doesn't know, but we will find out soon. And Ash's like fun fact is that she has like 5 children. No, maybe two. I can't remember, but she has children. Maybe hers, may not be hers. She could be a step thing. Who knows? It's a mystery.
Cool. I love this.
Is there anything that Kelsey wants to add to Ash's introduction?
Uh,
Any disclaimers?
Ash does not have children. I want to put that out there. And I'd rather the cookie situation remain ambiguous.
Cookie! That's the name of the cook. His name is Cookie. Yes.
Alright, I guess that leaves a Mel introduction.
That's Caitlin, who plays Melioras. I call her Mel. She's a cool ass dry elf. Nope. Dark elf named Dark Dryad. What are the dark elves are called something, and she plays a dark elf. She has 2 scimitars that are totally kick ass. She's like the cool like if there's ninja in Dungeons and Dragons, that she would be like that cool like assassin, like who would be like in the shadows and that and go ooh, but sexy look. She's got the smolder look down. She and Saren are possibly having a thing. We know they're having a thing, but I don't know if it's like a long-term thing or short-term thing or whatever. But she does this play dance that is like kick-ass. Um, uh, Although sometimes I kind of wonder if she's ever like cut herself or cut other people while she's doing the dance. But she's really really cool. She doesn't like the sun very much because dark elf, dryad. What is? I can't remember what the dark elves are called, but that's why she is. She has a crush on her boss, which the whole work like relationship I don't think is recommended, but having a crush on the boss is like maybe worse. I don't think the boss knows about it, and but like Mel tries to be like really cool, to her boss, but I don't think that's going very well because Magda been saying something and it hasn't been really good. Um, and Mal has a cat. I don't think we brought the cat here. I can't remember the cat's name. Possibly like Magma or something, or Mister. There's a cat. And she has a twin sister named Elle. She's very she's an engineer of some sort. So she makes stuff, which is sometimes that's why she has like little smoke spots from the burning and exploding things. But we're going over to her home, which going home is always like fraught with, oh my god, has she changed much since she's left home? What are her parents gonna say, especially with Saren? Like, we don't know what the situation is like. So that's gonna be the thing. And Mel's fun fact: she doesn't care that Saren's toes are mismatched. So that's really cool.
Anything to add on to that, Caitlin?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I want to go on the record. Mel does not have a crush on Dralaxel. They banged one time. That's it.
Whoa!
It was a fun night. A long
bet it
time
was.
ago. But she does not have a crush on Dralaxel.
Oh, wow. I'm adding that to my lore.
Second thing, I do actually have a fun fact for tonight. It's not as fun as any of Magda's fun facts. But if Mel's favorite cocktail would definitely be the same as mine, which is a mojito. That's it. That was the fun fact.
10 out of 10. I'm so glad we did that.
That was great. Iridian, take a heroic inspiration if you don't have one already.
So good.
Oh, alright. So, we have a story to return to. And where we had left off, you had been traveling the roads outside of Luskin, on the way to the Subran Valley. So that's where there is an entrance to the Underdark right over top of Menzoberranzan. When we had left off, it had been a few hours from leaving Luskin, when Ash, you smelled smoke. It was faint on the wind, but it comes from the direction that you are traveling.
She'll kind of look around, high in the sky, for a few minutes, just trying to see if she can see anything. And then she'll turn to the others. Hey, you guys smell that?
It wasn't me.
Now that Ash sort of brings the attention to it, you do smell that sort of tinge in the air.
Something burning?
That's what it smells like.
There's definitely something on the air.
Now that it's been pointed out, can I look and see if I can figure out where it's coming from?
It's the strange thing that as you look in the air and in the surrounding area, you don't see any smoke rising into the sky.
How can there be smoke? Or how can there not be smoke? And it smell like something's burning.
Ash will kind of lift her arm just to make sure it's not her.
It's not you, Ash.
Great. Good to know.
Mel, can things burn like that? Is it like wet leaves or dry leaves that can it burn, but have a really low smoke creation?
Leaves are a new thing for me.
Oh,
I-
right.
Ish. Kind of. Sort
If
of. There's
anything,
leaves in the Underdark.
if anything, wet leaves and wet kindling would create more smoke.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we just gotta be. There's something up ahead of us, probably, right? We should be more careful.
Does it smell like smoke or does it smell like sulfur?
It smells like smoke.
Does
not
it smell like a
smoke.
barbecue smoke, or does it smell like campfire smoke? Does it smell like gas stove smoke?
It smells like the remnants of wood that has burned. But it smells strong enough that you would expect something to be burning actively, especially as you move closer towards it.
Maybe something was burning and was put out not long ago.
We'd still see smoke. It'd be white, but there would still be smoke rising if it was put out recently.
Okay. Well, I've got my shield and I've got my longsword and do you want me to go first?
I don't know if that's necessary.
Okay. Should we stealth?
I mean, we're on the road.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that was. Oh, we're actually on the road. Sorry, didn't see the road. Anyway, yeah, we'll, I'm gonna go.
We've been on this road for hours and you haven't seen it?
You know what it is? I've had this like a bad headache for the last few miles. So I didn't realize we were on the road. I thought we were in the woods. Yeah. So
Hmm.
everything's fine.
Seems it.
We seem to be getting closer though, right, Faye?
Yes, it is getting closer. Which at this point, now that you are, aware of some strange ongoings. This would be everyone except for Magda noticing this. A little bit off the main road that you're walking on, you would see a break in the woods where the greenery, this sort of the evergreens that are present in this climate aren't green at all. They're shades of umber and of ochre. They're the bits of bark and that you can see of the limbs and trunk are this deep black. and this seems to be where the smoke scent comes from.
Does it like go further into the the woods, or is it like just there? Is it like a path?
There's not really a path that is present, but there is a sort of parting of the trees. If anyone would like to roll for me a survival roll, seeing this.
So did I not see this? That's a 19 survival.
No.
When I was here the last time.
Roll me a percentile die.
Oh, I love rolling percentile die. That's a 14.
This, while it's in the general direction that you walked, you don't think you walked this exact route, so no, this is something new to you.
Okay.
But Melioras and Saren, what you can see is that while there's no path now, with the way that the trees have kind of cleared leading up to that, what looks to be maybe part of a grove, with the discoloration, there once was a path.
I don't remember seeing this last time I was through here. But
There is a way through.
yeah, that looks like it used to be a path, right?
Certainly.
Is it something worth investigating, or should we keep going?
Could it be related, possibly, to the gone goings in the city that we're headed to?
Might not hurt to know what it is in case it's something we're gonna run into again.
Or it comes up behind us.
All right.
Stepping from the main road and heading towards this grove, you can see that it's not just a few trees, but a swath of them. Many of them sort of lined up in rows. The grass here is also a deep black, like the trees. It crunches underfoot, and as you stand here, it smells like you should be in the middle of a fire. It sort of reminds you of the vision of Eidolon. But there's no fire. Though some of the leaves almost seem to glimmer as if flames captured on the branches. And as you look closer, you would notice that some of the trees in what can have once been an orchard, with how they are lined up, still seem to grow fruit. But much like the rest of this place, the fruit is this charred exterior.
Can I go up? Go down and touch the blackened green, blackened ground. Is it? What's the temperature like when I touch it?
Chilly? It is cold up here in the north of Avernus.
Well, it's not warm like a fire had just gone through. Whatever this happened, if it's related, it didn't happen recently. Although smelling it is there like a fire monster in Underdark or up in this area that you guys know of? Fire monster, fire creature, like
I mean,
no. Okay.
Meliors, you know that fire giants have some domains in the Underdark, but you've never seen one.
I'll mention that, but I'm like, I don't know that this looks like a fire giant did it.
Okay.
Is this just a thing that happens on the surface? Are there like trees that look like they're burned but still produce fruit?
I've never heard of anything like that. It's almost like it's rot, but burned.
Do you think it
It's
was hit by a lightning?
there's too much of it.
Say if anyone wants to roll for me, perhaps an Arcana check here.
I have no business getting a number that high.
Ash, yours is a little slow to load on my end. What was your total?
A 9 billion. It's just 9.
All right.
9 is the billion.
9 hold the billion.
Yeah. Or don't if you
Yeah.
feeling froggy.
Um, it's nothing normal. Lightning doesn't sound right. Your mind is really kind of sticking to, a sort of rot or blight, but instead of decay, it's fire, it's embers. Um, but Saren, Melioris, as you look around and you notice that the large swath of land, the ever-present smell of that intense smoke, the fact that the trees are bearing fruit despite everything that is here working against it. This had to have been done by some very powerful magic that has since warped this portion of the land.
I think it's magical.
Something powerful, I think. It had to have been to warp the land like this.
Saren nods in agreement.
Do you think maybe a meteorite, like a magical meteorite, kind of like came down instead of crushing like this, coming down like this, but came at an angle and kind of dragged?
I think there'd be a lot more destruction. All of the
And,
trees
and,
are still here.
Right.
and a meteorite lodged in the
Also-
ground somewhere.
Well, yeah, but down further. But yeah, that's true. More destruction. Okay. What about a large dragon that was like breathing fire who flew by?
I think that all the leaves would be gone.
Yeah, okay. I got no ideas.
Me either.
Does anyone want to try the fruit?
Okay.
I was gonna try shooting one with an arrow.
No, I'll walk over and grab one.
Yep. Easy
This
enough
is
to
my
pick.
job, investigation.
It's rough to the touch. It does feel almost warm. But that quickly, like as soon as you sort of remove it from the the tree, it starts to sort of cool down some to, match your temperature since you're the one holding it.
Right. I'm not
It-
gonna bite into it just yet. I want to take a knife and cut it in half.
Yeah. It smells of that thick smoke. But as you take the knife and cut into it, it cuts smoothly. It is perfectly right. And as you open it, you see the pit and the sort of ripe flesh of what might be an apricot.
Can I give it like a really apprehensive sniff?
It still
But then
smells
I'll
of the smoke.
yeah. But I'll bite into it.
Despite how it smells, it tastes sweet. There is a smoked enhancement to the flavor, but it is a very ripe apricot. And you feel a sort of warmth spread through you. For the next hour, you have resistant to fire damage, even though you already have it. But
Hey, you guys should eat some of these. These are really good.
Oh, okay. I go and taste and bite into it.
all right, same effect.
Can I get a persuasion check?
Can I do an insight roll?
14.
Oh, I'm eating that fruit.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Resistance all around.
Should we take some for the road?
Absolutely.
If Meliorce wants to do an insight roll,
I'll do a quick one.
yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna. That's a dirty 20.
So far, it just seems like weird magic fruit, but it doesn't seem to be harmful.
You have 13 modifier? Holy hell.
Got expertise, man. Good at reading people. Yeah, I'll have one.
All right. Resistance to fire.
I would like to take 2, please, and 1 in each pocket.
All right, just don't fall. Fruit is delicate.
I can fall backwards or the frontwards just to make sure I don't fall sideways, right?
Don't get thrown, perhaps. You should be able to actually add the scorched fruit as a item. Well, I didn't add that. It's just called scorched fruit.
Sure. I'll grab a couple. Hopefully they maintain their properties after they've been picked for a while.
We'll find out. All right.
I didn't expect to find fruit like this far north.
Seems out of place.
Although it is magic, so.
Housekeeping question, Faye.
Yes.
I have summoned Zeta.
Okay.
Is Zeta still a fiend?
No.
Is Zeta Fae or Celestial?
I believe when you attempted to summon Zeta initially, she was going to be celestial, and then the Hells were like, nah, bitch. So now it's however you would initially attempt to summon Zeta, which I believe
thank
you
you.
wanted her to be like a dire wolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just the one head now.
Just the one head now.
It's good.
We'll see if that changes in the future. Alright, so you got fruit. Anything else you'd like to do in this scorched grove?
I'm good.
I'm ready to head out whenever.
Yeah, too.
A lot of walking still to do.
This is correct. There is a lot of walking. Pull up a big map. All right. When we next pick up in our travels, well, before we do this, let's have a small campfire scene between now and next. You're able to set up watch if you'd like, have conversations. This is a night in the travel.
I can take first watch.
Mel would like to go second when it's darkest.
I'll take third.
Saren will join Melior's.
All right. As the sun goes down, the chill begins to come through. Winds blowing down from the spine of the world. But next to the fire, it's comfortable. Ash, you're first on the watch. We'll say that this is either the same day or the day after your visit to the Scorched Grove. You decide. What does your watch look like? And a perception roll, please.
That's a natural 20
Beautiful.
perception. Yeah, Ash is just kind of twiddling her thumbs, not like out of boredom. She's obviously, keeping an eye out and doing what she should. It's more like time isn't moving quite fast enough. As much as she wants to help the others, and as much as she might care, she knows this isn't where she really needs to be.
As you're feeling this sort of anxious energy, keeping watch, there's not much here in the form of threats or dangers, things that can easily distract your mind. But with your perception roll, you glance to the sky and it is clear. And you see the stars. And one of the constellations you are able to spot. You see the arrows of the gods. You remember your father pointing them out to you, as it always indicates true east. And it's just sort of a moment that you can have with yourself, with your family, when you were young, looking up into the night sky.
I think she would definitely spend time just kind of staring up. Every once in a while, the tail comes around, taps on the shoulder, then the other shoulder, just fighting her tail the whole night for a moment's peace. But,
Your watch goes by without issue. Which brings us to Mel and Saren. 2 perception rolls, please. 1 from each.
Be a 19.
22.
Alright. What does your watch look like?
I think Mel would look up at the sky, seeing that it's so clear out. And she would just comment, "You can see the stars again."
Yeah, the further away from cities seems to become more clear. There's a lot up there.
I believe that.
There's a lot here too.
believe that too. Not exactly the camping trip we talked about, but it's close.
We still have a lot of tasks in front of us. But we'll get there.
I'm glad you all are with me. I know everyone else has their own places to be, but it's nice. It's nice to have you all here.
Of course, we made it to the Hells and back, somehow.
I should tell the others that sometime.
You should. Having others to rely on is very new to me.
Yeah. I always had my sister, but sometimes it was just her.
Mostly just my parents for me and distant kin, I suppose. Do you think whatever caused that burned scar is gonna come for us?
It's hard to say. I mean, that could have happened a while ago, or it could have just happened. Um, if it does come, we'll take care of it.
If it had happened a while ago and it left such a lasting effect, it's probably quite powerful.
Yeah, so are we.
In ways.
All of us together are quite powerful.
Yeah, I don't think we'd have made it this far without each other.
I don't think so either.
Still plenty more ahead.
Yeah, that's true. Melior's shivers a little bit and scooches a little bit closer to Saren.
Saren makes sure to scooch also.
Towards Mel, I would hope.
Yes.
There's not much that happens during your watch. Just flickering embers of a low burning fire. The sounds of nocturnal animals in the distance. Your watch goes by without issue. Bringing us to Magda. It's still dark when you wake up. It's going to be this far north. The mountains right behind you, right at your side. Let's get a perception. Oh, I see that perception. Magda, why don't you describe to me what your watch looks like?
There is well, first of all, it's like you said, it's dark. And we're kind of like I'm far away from the place. Like the ship is kind of over, but now we're like getting closer to the Underdark, and I wonder what that place is gonna be like. And as I'm um, doing the watch, my mind kind of races to, geez, I'm away from home and I have the freedom to do what I want. I don't have the obligations anymore like I used to, and I don't have to worry about my family's reputation and answer to grandmother. So I'm like kind of free, So which is really cool. And all this time, I thought it was the evil shield that was giving me the powers, and it turns out it's not. Um, which is really cool. And I've got the new shield, so I kind of clean that new shield because it's cool and it's not evil anymore. So I should be okay. So yeah, I'm just kind of thoughtful, and I just kind of then I get into my head and I what watch.
Everyone wakes up and their fruit's got no. uh, but watch comes and goes, and you are all able to press along breast. Um, any sort of conversations before you set off traveling once more? Then we continue. You're getting to the point where the road, uh, which is buffeted by some of the forests, has become mostly plains and then hills. It's been 4 days since you left Luskin by the time that we come to this portion. And Meliors, this grabs your attention immediately, as over the sort of not quite frozen grounds, you see mushrooms. A whole field of them, different varieties, different sizes. They seem to be thriving. The rest of you, of course, see mushrooms, but you don't quite see the same sort of vitality that Meliors is noticing.
Do I recognize what kinds they are? And if I've seen them on the surface before, or if they could be an indication that we're nearing some Underdark influence?
This does not seem to be any Underdark variety. These do seem to be surface variety mushrooms, but you've had your experience with some of the surface varieties, but yeah, you don't expect them to be doing this well given the sort of conditions that they are under.
Hey guys, do you mind if we take a closer look at those mushrooms?
No, no problem. Are they edible?
That's a great
Won't know
question.
until
Are
we
they
look at
edible? Can I tell from this distance?
Some of them look like they might be some edible varieties, but you know that there are, of course, chameleon fungi that disguise themselves. So a closer inspection is going to be very valuable here.
Yeah. Melioris will nod at Ash, like, we've got to look at them closer first. It's very strange. They just seem to be thriving here, and I wouldn't. It's like that tree that we passed a few days ago, like, with the burned fruit on it.
Hmm.
It seems out of place here.
Is the ground like wet and shaded? Or is this like in an open field?
This isn't an open field. This is like you are coming towards the more hilled landscape. Like here, I can actually just I might be able to ping it real quick. Where's my maps? There's my maps. We are right about this area. So, nice hillish terrain. There's shade in some areas, but there's not really tree cover. The ground isn't moist. It's, you know, rolling plains type kind of dry air, especially with the winds coming down from the mountains.
Look, but I don't know if I trust them. I mean, I haven't done much foraging in my day, but, you know, weird out of place mushrooms doesn't feel very kosher to me.
Call it a professional curiosity.
I'm not stopping you.
I'll approach the weird northern tundra mushrooms.
Northern tundra mushrooms.
Yeah. And I follow close by because I'm curious too.
It's strange. You would notice this, Melioris, as you get closer, that there is a difference between the ground. The ground beneath the mushroom field is... It does look to have more moisture there. And there is this almost sweet smell around the field. And almost as like a sort of marker, there are stones every so often, sort of like creating this barrier around the field, almost like someone is tending to the mushroom field.
There doesn't seem to be any buildings or structures nearby.
Nope. No buildings, no structures, just a few stones. Though the way that this mushroom field is settled, there is like it's resting up against one of the hills. So there very well could be some sort of burrow that is hidden beneath the different fungi.
Now that I'm closer, can I tell more about if these are poisonous mushrooms or edible mushrooms,
Give me
fun mushrooms?
give me a nature roll.
Okay, that's an 11.
Um, there's definitely some that seem to have uh, a poison sort of toxicity to them. You can see the sort of bright ichor that rests atop of their atop of them. Um, but looking around closer, you can see that there is almost a path between the different types of mushrooms here, creating this sort of free range farm essentially. It's not the organized rows of the orchard. This is orchard. This is um, someone threw a few spores around and crafted around that. Um, but you would notice with your 11 a little further into this sort of field um, some more edible mushrooms, ones that are perhaps more sustainable on their own rather than as alchemical ingredients or anything like that. Um, you'd also notice what looks to be a glove on the ground next to those ones.
Uh, can I can I bend down to pick up the glove and look at it closer?
You'd have to step, so like this is like a large mushroom field, so you'd have to step a little closer to get to it. But it's easy enough to do. Like, for someone of your skill, you know, walkways that are big enough for, you know, just your feet, not a problem at all. Easy enough for you to do. Um, as you get closer to go pick up the glove to look at it, you would come across a gnarly sight. The glove is still on the hand of the person, and the person is sort of halfway submerged into the ground as there are tendrils like buried into the skin, almost draining him of the life force.
I stop immediately. Um, obviously this gentleman is long gone.
Yeah, this person seems to just be fertilizer at this point.
Hell yeah, dude.
Tending to the mushroom grove in death as in life. Okay. What could I tell? What was he, a human or a gnome or a halfling or?
This person was human, yes.
Okay.
What's your passive insight?
That's a great question. My passive insight is 23.
This person doesn't look like a farmer. This person looks like a bandit. There's leather armor that's been ruined and eaten away at. You can see scorches that look like perhaps made by acid.
Okay. Can I tell what's what the tendrils are from? Is it from
It's from the
the
ground.
mushrooms?
Like,
It's not. They're not like moving though. Like it's a
no, they're
creature.
No, it's very stationary. His body's there. There's tendrils from the ground up, around, underneath, sort of just using the fertilizer that's been placed there.
Can I tell how long ago it happened?
Roll me a medicine check.
17.
Yeah, this guy's been dead maybe about a week and a half.
Okay, so he's probably pretty whiffy.
Yeah, except that you really don't smell anything like the smell of decay. You smell just that sweet aroma that you had smelled at the edge of the mushroom field.
Okay, if anyone has followed me, I'm gonna motion for them to leave, and I'm gonna try and retreat, touching nothing except for the bare ground where the paths are. I don't want to touch any of these mushrooms. I just
Yeah.
want to move as gingerly as possible out of this field.
Easily done.
You'll
The
never
mushroom?
guess what I found in there. Don't eat any of these mushrooms. Don't touch them.
I told you I don't trust them. What'd you find?
I'll explain the site that I came across in the middle of the field.
Fun.
I thought maybe the farmer fell victim to his crops, but it looked like he was just a highwayman, like
Mm.
like a just a bandit.
Yeah, but
Probably.
it looks like this is like somebody's been cultivating this, right? I wonder if the bandit came over, like us, was walking by or whatever, trying to steal some of these mushrooms that may be rare, and it died. And the farmer said, "Screw it, that's fertilizer," and left it.
Did you
Is
check for
there
any signs of a fight? Was he killed? Or was he just stupid?
also is there a pathway to the farmer's house that says, "Hey, farmer here"? Like, was there like a, you know how sometimes like the farmers put a little sign that says, "Okay, this is this for species and that's that variety." Like,
There's also no
See any
house.
signage or any signs of house.
You did see the sort of stones as like a marker around the
Just
barrier.
markers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be how they're able to keep the ground conditions different. Maybe it's magical. But could I tell if there were signs of a scuffle?
I mean, nothing that the mushrooms showed as a fight being there, but the bandit did have what looked to be like acid burns on him.
I'll explain that. So he came across something that was not friendly. So if there is someone tending to this grove, I don't know that I want to come across them. They don't seem friendly. They don't seem to want to share their mushrooms.
No, they don't. Sorry, I'm choking on taffy.
Please don't.
Yeah, maybe we should just move on.
Yeah. Well, at least we got a little breather out of it.
Okay.
I'm glad you guys got to frolic in the mushrooms.
I don't know that I would call that frolicking, but thanks for
Hey.
indulging my curiosity.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever frolicked, so I wouldn't know what it looked like.
You know, apparently frolicking is different than skipping. Fun fact.
It is.
It's a state of mind.
No, there's actual a frolicking technique, which is different than skipping, which is also different than galloping. All very different.
Frolicking involves twirling. It's like skipping, running, and twirling all at once.
Well, I wasn't doing that through the mushrooms.
No, you weren't. But
I
after
was walking gingerly. Tiptoe softly between the mushrooms.
Okay, you can't be sarcastic anymore. The-
All right.
Okay, but hear me out. I mean, we can find the farmer and ask them about this magical place and get more ideas, or like ask them to give us directions to the Underdark entrance, or
Mm,
I know where that is, and I spared you some grisly details of what I saw. I really don't want to meet this farmer.
you sure?
we can move on. That's fine.
Okay.
Don't give the GM what they want.
All right. As we come to the night after this discovery, a few hours after you've moved past the mushroom field, what does your night look like here? Any conversations before dinner? Any reflections of the day's travels?
Are we heading further north?
You, as we go to the map, are
I'm
heading
looking.
here.
Okay.
So you're heading east. You will be cutting through the lurk wood, just to save some time, on your path.
If I'm remembering this right about the map, that's where Menzo Branson is itself in the
Right.
Underdark, just represented on the surface. So do we know whereabouts the entrance is
In that area. So
on
that's
the surface?
the Cerberan Valley. So you have the entrance within that area. So
Okay.
it's still in that general area.
Okay.
There's one in Mithril Hall. I know that one for a fact. That's not where you're going. But there is one in there.
I want to go ahead, like, after I set up the camp and my bedrolls and all of that stuff, I want to go and practice with my shield and my longsword and try out different moves that I can do. Um, because I kind of realized that I fight with one sword instead of two scimitars. Um, so I need to come up with like incorporate what I learned from watching Mel into what I actually have. So I'm kind of doing practicing stuff.
Meliors will offer to the group at large to run them through some stretches that is based on the Velvailer but slowed down. So kind of like yoga, for anyone who wishes to stretch before resting for the evening to keep the muscles
Yes,
warm and
please.
loose.
Yep. Yes.
Ash will take her up on that too.
All right. I'll demonstrate some poses and then I'll kind of walk around and make adjustments to make sure people don't injure themselves. And then just run through some series of poses.
Are you sure that the legs are supposed to bend that way? I
If it hurts,
yeah.
ease your way back towards discomfort.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's better. Thank you. I didn't know I had muscles in that region. I feel it now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think once everything is said and done and we're settling in, Ash is gonna try and wrangle her tail into her into its little sweater.
You made a sweater for your tail?
I
No.
bought one. Some lady made one for me.
An
A
old-
very adorable elderly dragonborn.
She
Yeah.
was the best.
Oh my god, what color?
She was
It's
white,
green.
I believe. Oh, the dragonborn was white.
No, what color is the
Oh.
sweater?
It's
It's
green.
green.
Yeah.
Like a very light mossy green.
I love it. I love it.
Is the tail more or less agitated after drow yoga?
Oh, I don't think the tail cares about yoga.
That's fair.
What did we roll last time? Was it like persuasion to tail, or
I want to say it was just a straight sort of charisma, of like
yeah.
holding yourself to, certain presentations.
That's not bad. I think it's a good tail day.
It's a good tail day. GTD. Good tail day. Maybe the tail just really likes the sweater. Maybe it just needs to be swaddled.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it just likes to be confined. Maybe I should start wrapping it like like fighters will wrap
Yeah.
up their hands.
Yeah.
I just need to wrap up the tail a little.
Your tail
It
is
needs
anxious.
the support. Get a weighted blanket or something.
Yeah, it needs to weight on it.
Oh,
That's why it's been all active and flying around, because it needs
Sure.
it's
it needs
sensory
something
seeking.
structure,
Yeah.
structure and support.
All right. Well, after a bit of group stretching, of course, you're able to enjoy dinner. You take your watches. It's nice. Your troubles, thankfully, have not been too consuming so far on your travels, this portion of it. Definitely no sea beasts or strange shark-like figures coming to eat away at your party. Night passes. Morning comes. Your walk continues. You journey from the hills into the trees. You're there for a few days when you next come down. It's pleasant enough this day. It's a little chilly. Clouds cover the sun for the most part. Not that much of that is getting through past the canopy of the thick forest. But I will ask for perception checks here.
Ooh, that's a 32.
Oh yeah, bud.
Alright. So, with a 32, Melior's is definitely hearing this. We've got Melioris hears this, really. Um, it's hard to make out for sure, but you think you hear something in the distance, like someone calling out.
Do they sound like they're in trouble or that they're like hailing someone that they know?
Hard to make out at this distance. You're just picking up the barest.
Hey guys, there might be someone up ahead. I can hear them calling.
Perhaps they need help.
Or it could be a problem.
It could be many things. I can't tell what they're saying. I can just barely hear it. Meliora's cats pass without trace until
Alright.
we can get a better read on the situation.
I love that.
Alright. So as this magical buffer surrounds your group, we're going to take our quick mid-session break here, and we'll come back to see what you guys will do. forest is quieter now that Meliors has enshrouded you all with a bit of a magical buffer. What do you do?
I would like to find out what it is before it finds us.
Like it.
Sounds wise.
Then let's roll stealth rolls.
Don't forget to add 10.
You do
Oh,
get to add
Don't
10.
worry. I'll remember.
I got a 40.
15.
26.
Woohoo. To find that guy.
We all did good, including Rumi, who's the name of my direwolf.
You don't have Zeta anymore? You've got Rumi now?
Yeah, I didn't want to do like a Zeta point 2, you know.
Okay. I need to see if I've got any sort of forest maps.
Okay.
Unfortunately not. We're just gonna go with basic grass. And you can imagine that we're in the forest. Alright. So. As you're moving, you start to hear the sounds clear. First Meliors and then the rest of you. They're cries of distress. And then you would realize that it's not just a single voice, but multiple voices. Do you press forward?
Yeah, I don't want to be surprised by whatever is causing this much distress.
As you get to the point where you can hear now clearly these voices calling for help, you look around and you don't spot anything immediately until you look up. And in the boughs of the trees, encased in thick spider web, you see a group of gnomes. Two of which have sort of broken free of their little cocoons enough to get their faces out, though you can see all of them sort of squirming and wiggling.
If I look around, can we see the spiders?
Give me an investigation roll.
How high up are they?
47.
Magda, you don't see any spiders.
I'm assuming I'm familiar with this
Yeah, you've
Sight.
seen this. I'd say that these guys are up about maybe like 35 feet in the trees.
Okay. Oh, we gotta get him down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna use my psi-powered leap to get up there. Just kind of landing on a branch. Just gonna burn that.
I'm gonna go stand next to Saren and touch him on the shoulder and go, "We gotta be fine, buddy." And then I'm gonna cast Death Ward on Saren.
As you leap up, Ash,
Mm-hmm.
what is your passive perception?
15.
You would notice movement in the trees not too far from here.
Mm.
Movement
Cool.
that is on par with what you might expect of a spider of unusual size.
A souse?
A souse, yeah.
Damn.
SOUSs? I don't think they exist.
Sounds pretty souse to me.
I want you to roll me an insight check here, Ash.
I'd love to. This is 17.
With the distance that movement is coming from, you don't think you could get all 5 of the cocoons freed safely in the time that thing's gonna get here.
Okay. So I'm gonna wait.
Okay, what do you do while you wait?
I'm gonna take out my whip and prepare a firebolt.
Do you tell anything to your companions down below?
Yeah, we got big spiders. It's coming right at me.
I have a climb speed. Am I able to get up where I think the spider will be coming towards without getting in the webbing?
You're in a part of
I'll
the
try-
forest where it's like thick enough that the trees the boughs overlap.
I'll get up in the treetops with Ash. Both scimitars are out.
Oh crap! I don't have a climbing speed, but I have 40 feet of movement, so 20 feet up.
How well do you climb trees?
Well, since I've never done it, not very well, I don't think.
Then I'm actually gonna ask for you to roll me an athletics check to try and get 20 feet up.
Fuck.
You should be fine
Oh,
at
that's not bad.
athletics.
24.
Yeah. It takes you some time, which means that all you'll be able to do is get to 20 feet before we're rolling initiative. But I'm assuming Saren stays on the ground.
Yeah, can I see them from the ground or just up there?
Not yet.
I'm gonna stay on the ground until I see something.
Okay. Let's do this. We're gonna have bam, 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 bam. Sharon's on the ground. Ash is there. Bella's there. It's there. And then put that up in the trees. And then off on the side. How many did I say that we got here? That's right. Nope. Oh, that's not me. Someone else. Um.
Uh-oh.
So when you said there were giant spiders coming, I did not expect that many.
Okay. Something about bleeding hearts, right?
Alright. So. Let's get some initiatives.
Okay.
That's terrible for me. That's a 16.
11.
And Ash goes before me.
I know.
Natural 1.
Oh my goodness. Cool. So that's gonna be Giant Spider A getting to go first. And as it climbs through the trees, and it's gonna get right up to you, Mel. And it's gonna try and bite you. But that's a natural 1 from 8, so it does count. Spider B will get about here in the trees before sort of spinning around, and it's going to shoot a web down at Rumi. Can Rumi
That's
make for
pretty
me?
rude.
Yeah, well, Rumi's a big dog, and this thing wants to eat. Rumi, make me a dexterity saving throw.
$18.
All right, Rumi's fine. Mel, it is your turn.
Okay. Anyone looking at Mel would see that there's like a look of hatred in her eyes when she sees these giant spiders. And she wastes no time in breaking her concentration on pass to do Hunter's Mark on Spider A. So where did that go on my sheet? It's been too long since we rolled initiative. And then Vryn's Vengeance is gonna sweep in a wide arc, trying to sever its mandibles right from its face. But that's a 12.
A 12 does not hit our spider.
Great, I'll try again. A 17. Nope, sorry, 25. I don't know where that math came from that I just did.
It still hits.
Great. Where on earth did my hunt? There it is. Okay, so that'll be 12 points of damage. And then I'll do my Nick attack. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does not hit.
Okay. Mel's emotions are getting in the way. but that's it.
All right. Spider C. His turn comes up and he's going to go right here. And can I get a dexterity saving throw from Magda?
Ah, 20.
You are not wrapped up in giant spider webs. Spider D is going to sort of drop down and skitter across the ground. And Saren, if you had been able to see them before, but you definitely see them now. As Spider E is going to can Meliors make me a dexterity saving throw?
Meliors, me?
Yep.
I'm good at those. But not when I roll a 2. That's an 11.
Unfortunately, an 11 is not enough as the web comes towards you and you feel it stick to you immediately. You gain the restrained condition as you are now sort of just splattered against a portion of the tree.
Great.
Ash, it is your turn.
Cool. No spiders near me, huh?
Not yet. I mean, C is kind of near you.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a firebolt towards C. That's a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
For 15 fire.
Okay. Anything else?
I think that's my turn.
Magda, you are 20 feet above ground.
Okay, okay, okay. You know what? This is absolutely fine. Um. They're all far away. 5, 10, 15. Oh, I could go there.
Which one?
Yeah, okay.
Remember, the ones that are near Ash and Meliors are 15 feet higher than you, because they're at 35 feet.
Okay, which one can I get to?
How much
Any?
movement speed do you have?
20 feet of climbing, 40 walking.
If you drop down to the ground, you could get to Spider D.
He is in David. I would like to go to...
Do you have a way to reduce fall damage, though?
No, 5, 10, 15, 20.
These are all above you, and the only one that you could reasonably get to with your speed is D, without taking any other ways of, like...
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and cast Bless. Because I can't get to anybody within the regional.
Yeah, Bless can definitely be a thing.
And then I'm going to move. And then that's my turn. And then Rumi is going to go ahead and attack Spider D.
Okay.
Okay, 6 plus 7 is 13. That doesn't hit, yeah?
13 does not hit.
Okay, that is the end of my turn.
It is Spider F's turn, and F is going to ask for Ash to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's a 13.
13 is just enough. You are not grabbed.
Good to know.
But G sort of skitters down part of the trees to get right in front of Magda, and is going to bite. That is a 23 to hit Magda
That hits.
for 8 piercing and 9 poison. And then as you've been bitten, can you make me a con save?
Yep. I'm resistant to poison, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have. Okay. Fuck me. That's 15, so I'm okay, right? So that's because
15.
that was 4 plus 8, which was 12 hit points that damage I took. So I should be okay for concentration.
Oh no, this was a different con save. This isn't for your...
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was 15 for whatever you needed.
Okay. 15 is fine for what I need now. Go ahead, make a con save for concentration.
Okay, I'm okay for concentration.
Yeah. Alrighty. Saren, it is your turn. You've got a spider next to you.
We'll release our innate sorcery and go for some true strikes.
Heck yeah.
So best is 22.
Best is going to hit.
It's 17 radiant.
Alright.
I'll stay right there with it.
Beautiful. Spider A, top of the round. Going to go for Mel again. Has advantage because Mel is now restrained. That is a 21 to try and hit Mel.
That hits me.
That's gonna be for 10 piercing and 7 poison. And can Mel make me a Constitution saving throw?
22.
You're fine. Spider B is going to swing down, get in front of Rumi, and try and bite Rumi. That is a 21 to hit Rumi.
That hits.
That is 6 piercing, 8 poison, and I need a con save from Rumi.
Oh, 18.
Rumi is fine. As Meliorus, we come to your turn.
Okay, I need to learn to read my spells because had I done this, I would have done this as preparation, waiting for the spider, because I didn't realize it lasted an hour. But Meliorus is going to cast Freedom of Movement on herself.
Okay.
So I am unaffected by difficult terrain. Spells and other magical effects cannot reduce my speed or cause me to have the paralyzed or restrained condition. And I can spend 5 feet of movement to escape from non-magical restraints. So I'd like to be free of this webbing, please.
Easily done.
And I don't think I can do anything with my bonus action, so that will be my turn.
All right. Spider C is going to go to Ash. And misses horribly. That's a natural one.
Awesome.
Spider D will try and get Saren. There's a bit of a retaliatory strike. With a 16 to try and hit.
We'll shield.
Shield goes up and the fangs sort of bounce back. There's angry skitters from the spider. Spider E is going to come forward, scuttle underneath the branch to get behind Mel and take a bite at her ankles. With a 23 to bite the ankles.
Oh, that hits me. Yep.
6 piercing damage, 8 poison. And then a con save, please.
That's a 5.
So,
Yeah, even with the blessing, that's not gonna help you.
You start to... Oh, wait, no. No, you don't. Because of your amulet.
I don't.
Um,
Someone else does.
Someone else gets very weak and sickly, and you can see their face briefly in your mind, maybe giving you reason more to fight here. As Ash, it is your turn.
Cool. Let's whip at Spider C. 21.
Yes.
For 6 slashing, and it's slowed. Oh wait, is there a check for that? No, it's just slowed. By 10 feet.
All right.
Gonna add plus. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
For 5 slashing.
And he's down.
Cool. Can I scoot back on a branch and get to E?
Yeah.
So that's a 23 to hit.
23. Yeah. 8.
For 8 slashing, and
Lovely.
it's slowed 10 feet.
All right, beautiful. And is that it for Ash?
That's my turn.
Magda.
Okay, G is right on me, yeah?
G is right on you.
Okay, I would like to go ahead and swing at its head. My first attack, that was stupid, is, hold on, scroll. Okay, 21 to hit, that hits, yes. I would like to go ahead and put in 2nd level of Divine Smite with that too. Okay, 8 bludgeoning, 7 radiant, and then 2d8 for Inspire Smite. Oh, that rolled from an 8, and that's 6 additional radiant damage. That's the first attack. And then I should have done this before. I'm going to go ahead and do my my shield bash. Can you make me a strength saving throw of strength modifiers 3 plus 8 is 16?
That is a 8.
Okay, so it's just 3d6 bludgeoning damage. So that's 15 bludgeoning damage and 3d6 fire damage, which is 15 fire, and is knocked prone.
He's dead.
Yay! That is the and then my turn, and then Rumi goes over, attacks the one that's bloodied. Ooh. 9 plus attack modifier, which is 7. Okay, 16. Does 16 hit?
A 16 will hit, yes.
Okay, 1d8 plus 2. 4 points of damage. That is radiant damage, and that is the end of my turn.
All right. Spider F. He's going to scuttle forward and down next to Magda. And that misses. Saren, it is your turn.
After Saren's shield deflected that fang, he's gonna take a step back and then shoot his palm straight at it, and we're gonna cast a chain lightning at 6th level.
Okay.
I need a dex save, please.
That's just 23.
Well, that passes. So it's gonna bounce to the other 3. B, E, and A.
And they get
They all
dex
need to make
saves.
2.
Yeah. Alright. A gets a 4. B gets a 9. And E gets a 22.
The number 2 and number 3 failed.
Okay.
They'll take half. 53 on a failed.
They're all dead. Even with half damage, they're all dead.
26 on a pass.
Oh my god, yeah, they're dead. Anything else from Saren?
No, I think that's quite enough.
It's Mel's turn.
Mel was looking forward to having 4 attacks, but she'll have to settle for 3 on the remaining spider. I don't know, is it on the same level as her, or does she have to jump down?
This one's down.
Alright, she jumps down onto the branch below where she is. She moves her hunter's mark and then tries to make some attacks. Does the 15 hit?
Yes.
That's gonna be 9 points of damage.
Alright.
And then an 18 hits, and it does 11 points of damage. And then she misses with her nick attack.
Unfortunately, the 13 is a miss. Ash, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm just gonna stay where I am. I have line of sight on this spider, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna send a firebolt. That's a 19 to hit.
A 19 will hit.
For 21 fire.
And that is another spider down, meaning you are no longer bound to the initiative.
Oh, that was a lot of stinkiness and yucky things. Blah, I don't like spiders. We gotta get the gnomes down, yeah?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Are all of the little cocoons connected? Are they like in a neat little row, or?
They're all. That's way too forested. They're all sort of like in a similar area. They're not like all like 1, 2, 3, 4. But they're close
Sure.
enough that you can sort of get them down in a relatively easy enough time.
Okay,
It's
got a
the-
plan.
Drop down. That's the main concern.
Right. Yeah, I have a plan. Okay. I need people below the cocoons. And then I'm gonna use some fire to get rid of the cocoons. And we just gotta catch the
Catch
gnomes
them?
underneath.
God.
Well,
Okay,
you don't think
okay,
it's 20 feet below them. We're on the branches.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
It'll be a short fall. You just gotta get right up underneath them.
Okay. No
Yeah?
problem.
Okay. Once everybody's in position, I'll explain better if I need to. But, we'll start one at a time. We'll burn the cocoon away, catch the gnome, get him on the ground.
Yeah. Just for my own amusement,
Oh, jeez. Hey, come on.
can I get a dexterity save from those on the ground beneath the gnomes? Anyone that would be trying to
Can
help.
can I say the bless is still up?
Is Bless still up, or would you have to recast
Yeah.
it?
I would you know what? I just. Okay, dex save from beautiful below. That is 16 for me.
Okay. Yeah, it's going fine. Saren's not. Saren's helping by being a manager. He's looking over everything to make sure it goes well. So, yeah. The situation with the gnomes, Ash's plan works. There's a little bit of, sort of front on the ground team, but eventually you have 5 gnomes freed. And
I take a look at them. Do any of them need are they in a really desperate way where they need healing, or are they okay?
they're more shook up than anything. There's scrapes and bumps and bruises, but none of them seem to be in a dire state.
Oh jeez. You guys okay?
Yeah, I mean, we are now.
Oof. Yeah, that was pretty gnarly. That was pretty gnarly. Hi. Ryan, my name is Magda, by the way. And that's Saren, that's Mel, and that's Ash.
A pleasure. You all look like an adventuring troupe.
Sure, yes.
Good tidings. We're a bit of a group of adventurers ourselves.
Oh, that's good for you. That's good for you.
Where might you all be heading? Perhaps we can, pool our forces together, strength in numbers and whatnot. resources. I don't expect to
we're going
accompany
over-
you all the way. We've got our own journeys, but, until our paths diverge.
We're still going east, yeah?
Yeah, east is your direction.
Then that's what she'll say. We're going east.
East is a lovely direction. If you'll allow us to accompany you, maybe for a night of camp and resting. Zan over here is a great cook.
Oh yeah. I turn to my guys and go, "What do you think? Be cool, right?" I mean, more people in numbers. Yes, we will. We'll. That would be great.
All right, right. Well, yes, I know a little bit of your names. I'm Hezro. He, she. That there's Bandira. She, her. The figure that had been pointed out as the good cook. Oh, I'm Sasani. They, them. That's, my cousin over there, Zerafina. You could just call her Zero. And the last one sort of pipes up. Trebor.
That's great. I apologize ahead of time. I am horrible with names. So you may have to tell me that more than once. But yeah, are you familiar with this area? Can you lead us to somewhere that's away from the spiders?
No, we're not familiar with this area at all. Like I said, we're travelers. We're passing through. We're just kind of following where the adventure is.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Like that Mel, she's really good at finding safe places. Mel, you want to lead us to a safe campground?
Sure.
Okay, that's cool. By the way, that's Rumi. That's my my friend. Do any of you guys are in a really bad situation because you can ride her? Give you guys a little rest if you need to.
Man, we weren't really using our legs all so much while we was wrapped up, were we? And they all kind of agree.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Okay.
Can I roll a vibe check on these supposed adventurers?
Yeah, go ahead, roll an insight check.
I would like to as well.
Go for it.
I don't think it would.
Mel looks visibly angry, and she got a 16. She just hops down out of the tree and her coronet she just glides to the ground.
With a 16, they seem to be earnest. They don't seem to be showing any sort of signs of deception. They seem very much wet behind the ear, but still very upbeat, optimistic. They are perhaps adventurers, not by circumstance, but by choice.
They don't seem to be very good at it, but Mel keeps that to herself.
Ash just doesn't trust him.
Yeah, who does Ash trust?
Very few people.
So,
Do they seem well equipped for adventuring?
they definitely, a singular gnome out of the group does not seem well equipped, but the seeming that the five of them are traveling together, they sort of share the burden of carrying the different tools for adventuring between them.
So as we're walking, I go, so where are you guys traveling from? We a lot of us came from all of us actually came from Baldur's Gate. that area.
Baldur's Gate. We've heard definitely things about that. But we're not from there at all. We're coming from the High Forest. It's just a little bit over there.
That's cool. Have you been traveling and adventuring long?
No, just since we left. There's a lot of gnome societies that aren't really in the city. They're kind of quiet, and I'm not really a quiet person, as you've seen. My mates, their friends, we all decided that we might try our hand at adventuring, and so we all gathered together what we could, and we set out, and it's been the five of us ever since. Of course, we sometimes will travel alongside other adventuring troops like yourselves, share a few stories, a few meals, pleasant enough company on the road. Sometimes we...
Oh, that sounds really great. Yeah, like, we're kind of new too. Not like real new like you guys, but, kind of recent. And I'm like, this is actually first time well, not the first time, but kind of like soonish time. Well, I just kind of like, left home. And say goodbye to my family and stuff like that to kind of go adventuring. Well, not really adventuring, but yeah, like, so I'm kind of like looking forward to being out in the world and meeting people, and adventuring and fighting the good fight. So this is great.
Well, I'm glad that you're finding your own place. Hopefully we don't run into any more fights here. As you can tell, we're not quite built for that.
Yeah, kind of noticed. Yeah. I mean, are you guys like hoping to get to a place that's less quiet so you guys can kind of settle down and do that, or do you like into getting on the road and adventuring because that's kind of dangerous?
I mean, we're just gonna... adventuring doesn't have to be dangerous. Like, we're not looking out for fights. We're just trying to see the sights as they are. And we've gotten pretty far enough as our own. But, no, I think we're just enjoying a couple, years to ourselves, and then, maybe we'll make our way back home.
Cool. That sounds really cool. Yeah, I mean, you know what? You're right. Traveling around and visiting different cities and towns and meeting people, that sounds a lot of fun. Just be careful though, because like, the things like the spider thing, it's bad out there. Like, we had a couple of people like died twice. So, that can be kind of scary.
Looks like Melior's had something she wanted to say.
Yours was biting back a few things, actually.
Oh. Alright. So, when you find place to bed down, the gnomes, they don't go too far, but they do kind of have their own like separate area of the camp. They're not trying to, force their way upon your group, any more than, what shared traveling companions do. But Zisani, immediately they start, pulling out their cooking stuff and starts making, and you can see that like they're in the efforts of making enough for not just their group, but for your group as well.
Yeah, I'm very excited. So, I go sit near them and just, chat and let's hear their stories and whatnot.
the rest of you do anything during this?
Eliores keeps her distance from the gnomes.
Yeah,
And
Ash
sits
does too.
in their own camp.
Okay.
Saren did ask Meliors, "Are you okay? You seemed unhappy after that scuffle with the spiders."
Meliors will speak quietly so her voice doesn't carry over to the gnomes. I was perfectly happy helping them. I wasn't expecting to be traveling with them. It's kind of hard to move quietly through the woods when you've got 5 extra people chatting. I'm also supposed to be really good at killing spiders and just killing things in general, and I did practically nothing during that encounter. And I guess I'm just a little bit worried that that's an omen for what it's gonna be like in the Underdark.
Are there a lot of spiders in the Underdark?
Yeah. The goddess that a lot of drow worship is the queen of spiders. So they're kind of prominent. I don't like spiders.
Well, you certainly kept their attention. Just because you didn't kill them doesn't mean that you didn't play an important part.
Appreciate you saying that. I'm just a little frustrated and worried and stressed. And
It'll
a
all
lot of
work out.
things.
We'll see. We'll if these gnomes don't, if they bring more danger than what we're able to handle, then we can split ways at some point.
She nods. What you did was pretty incredible, though.
Yeah, that was
That's new.
that was a new one. I'm not really sure where it came from. It just sort of happened. I keep figuring out these new tricks, I suppose.
Thank you, Ash, for getting the gnomes down. Sorry that I didn't help.
It's all good. Didn't take much.
Is anyone injured?
Nope.
Had a couple scrapes, but nothing too bad.
Magda, are you okay?
Magda's over with gnomes.
I'll shout it.
Yeah, I'm good. Are you okay?
Saren gives a thumbs up.
That's good. They're serving food if you guys want.
Mel's gonna put her hand on Saren's arm, and she's gonna be like, "Don't you have message?"
I mean, I was already halfway. It's fine.
Okay.
Ash, in plain view of Magda, will take a piece of tack out of her bag and take a big bite.
What's it smell like they're cooking?
Zasani, they've cooked up what smells like a roast meat of some sort, probably something small, maybe rabbit. There's the smell of a roast of spices as well, and you can see like a sort of warmed side of vegetables and there's also been some extra meat that has been cut up and set aside for Rumi.
I mean, it looks and smells pretty good.
I don't trust it.
Saren's gonna go try a little bit.
Okay.
Traitor.
So,
Mel's just gonna shake her head at Ash like, this guy. No, I'm agreeing
I-
with you.
Yeah. She'll look at Mel and be like, that one's yours. It's your problem.
Oh, I know.
so
It does smell good though, but Mel will admit that, but she's not going over.
over near the gnomes, there is a bit of a small conversation. It's a little bit more lively. Stories have been passed around, and Magda, you've just kind of been at the edges of it, like listening in, hearing all this, when suddenly it is Zerofina. Zero, as Sasani has called her, and everyone else seems to call her as well, looks over to you and you've been a bit of a traveler, right, with your companions?
Yeah. I mean, yes.
You like them?
I love them.
Yeah? What?
Yeah.
What's something that your company, your companions, what's something that they've done that, you're really proud of?
Well, we don't want to brag, but did you hear about Alterel, the city that kind of disappeared?
Yeah, we heard something about that.
Well, it actually was sent down to hell, and we went down and we rescued it and brought the city back.
That's definitely something.
Yeah, it was exciting, also awful, um, and very tough, emotional times too. But yeah, it was definitely something.
Well, you must have done a lot, developed a lot of skills. And this is the point where Trabar kind of chimes in, as he's like pouring around a canteen of water, filling up everyone's cups. Yeah, you have any skills that you may have mastered during all that time? You must have been doing a lot.
Well, yeah, I never fought with a shield before, and I picked up a shield, not this one. Well, kind of this one, but before this one was changed. Long story, but yeah, I get to play with I get to actually fight with the shield, and I've gotten quite good at it. I don't know if you saw, but one of the spiders I got to do quite a lot of damage. So yeah, that's new. Actually, to be honest, whole fighting thing is new for me. Before these guys, before I did more stuff like errands and spying and um, delivering messages or stuff, and not really getting into any fights until I met these guys. Then we got into a scuffle, and then I learned to hit things with a mace, well, a dagger, and then a short sword and a mace, and a long. I have this sword now, but and this shield. So yeah, we fought some quite a big, scary things,
Well, do you like it?
and really annoying things too. Fighting things.
Yeah.
Well, at the very beginning, it was kind of scary because getting hurt wasn't so fun. Turns out that when you get sliced, it bleeds, and it was so the first trip that we did, it wasn't so great. But after that, it was out of need and necessity that we had to fight. Um, so I mean, killing things and hurting things isn't so great, but protecting my friends and myself is it's necessary.
This is a point where Hesbro kind of speaks up again. Well, fighting ain't just about killing things. It's sure, killing happens when you're pushed against the edge, but there's I've heard about this out in cities, but there's like groups that fight each other just for sport. There's an exhilaration. Some people like the maneuvers of it, the motions, even if the results ain't so desirable. So I guess the question is even if you don't like killing things, do you find meaning in the fight? It's better than running errands.
Well, that's one thing that I haven't really thought of before I met these guys, which is, I mean, before it was just about doing jobs and, you know, getting paid or whatever, and the jobs were just, running errands. But then when I met these guys, all of a sudden it was for something better, like greater good. Um, we got involved in some politics, which I was just like, but then we were doing something like fighting evil. Um, so that became meaningful, and I can understand trying to fight and being a sport and do everything else, but I realized that if you're gonna, I mean, we were fighting for something more than us, for a good cause, and I don't think I can actually, fight for the fun of it. Um, I mean, I want to get good at fighting so I can be better at being, better protector, and then fight the baddies, like be a little bit more efficient and quick, better at it than I was before. Um, like, I don't think fighting is a game for me. It's something that I need to do good. I mean, it's beautiful sometimes. Like, Mel, she's an amazing fighter. So I've been watching her, and she's very graceful when she does it. It's almost like a dance, you know. Um, so I guess that's really cool. I don't know if I can do that, because I'm just not skilled enough. But
Who says?
um,
Skill
well,
like
I don't
that
know.
takes years of practice. You look fairly young to me. You've got plenty of years ahead of you to build that up. And from what it sounds like, you've got plenty of skill you already got. So who says you're not skilled enough?
Oh, I guess that's true. I mean, I've improved a lot in the last few months. Um,
Maybe,
definitely improved a lot.
maybe it's not so much that you're not skilled. Maybe that's just some old thoughts that's going through your head, primarily being what sounds like to be an underdog. Maybe it's just that you're so used to seeing things that you don't see what you got. You know, you don't have to fight like your friend Mel to be a good fighter, to be a skilled fighter. You know, like take our group for example. Sure, we're not the best of fighters, but I think we make pretty good adventurers. We go out, we see the world, we've got stories to tell. You survived this long. We don't look the same as you and your guys, but I don't see us as any less.
Yeah, yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I never thought about what I wanted to be because, like, well, before my options were pretty limited. But then I met these guys, and then I found myself doing things and going to places that I never thought I would. Um, and then when I left Baldur's Gate and when I continued this adventure with them, I just, I mean, I've been just thinking about, what the next step is going to be and where we're going next and everything else. But I really haven't thought about what I want to do and what I like, and maybe I should,
Definitely.
because I mean, traveling to different towns and cities and meeting new people and visiting different places. That sounds like fantastic. Um,
Ain't that what
like
you're doing?
maybe maybe I'll do that after our what we have to do is over. You know?
Sure. And if whatever you get done, we'll probably still be out. Maybe our paths will cross again. Maybe you'll have
Yeah.
some
I
stories
mean
that you
that,
can toss around.
and maybe you'll have more stories too. That'll be cool if we meet up again.
Yeah. Well, from what I've heard, I think you're in a great place to start thinking about who you are, Magda. Not who you were underneath these people that was telling you to run all these errands and whatnot. You've got a great group of friends around you, even if they like sticking to themselves. But
Yeah, they're concentrating on stuff that, yeah. So.
but just don't get lost in your group. You're a part of it, but you're an individual. You work well together, but don't lose yourself to it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's a great advice. Thank you.
Well, I know your friends don't seem to like us, but as a thank you for saving us out there, feel free to just take the night off and rest. And if trouble comes up, we'll alert you guys.
That's great. Thank you for the offer. I have a feeling that they would still rather do watches, under themselves, because more people with an eye out, it's the better. Um, but thank you for the offer, and we'll do the same thing for you guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to rest and let us do the watches or whatnot, but
We were gonna be staying up anyway, so just
yeah.
hope you enjoy.
Kind of do. Thank you. Thank you for talking to me. This is great talk.
Yeah,
I got some stuff to think about.
of course. And there's no finish line to be rushing towards. This journey that is life. You're always moving to the next thing. Enjoy your journey.
Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good thought. Thank you. Sleep tight. Don't let the spiders bite. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, thank you. Thank you. The food was great. Thank you.
Alright. You're able to make your way back over to your side of the camp. Saren was able to enjoy some of the meal and listening on that conversation as well. And for those of you that do not trust your gnomish companions, you are able to take watch. For those of you that might trust your companions, you could also take watch if you like, or you can enjoy their offer of sleeping fully through the night.
I'm gonna probably not take a watch, but I think I have a lot of thinking to do as I lie in my bed.
100%. anyone taking a watch, feel free to describe what that looks like.
I think Ash probably would have taken first watch. And this night it's not as laid back. She's kind of she's staying closer to the others. And her eyes are on the gnomes across the way as much as it is on their surroundings.
Roll a perception.
And when she... Oh, yeah, I can do that. 22.
I'll keep that in mind.
Cool. Yeah, she just, she keeps an eye. And when it's time for her to bed down, she does so in a way where, like, her head is on her pack. She's double checked all of her, like, valuables. And she sleeps with her weapons in such a way as if someone were to try and take one, it wouldn't be so easily done.
During your watch, they've sort of kept their own. You've noticed that some of them started bedding down, but they've got their own watch rotation. Nothing seems to come from the areas beyond. It seems that this space for camp that has been selected is a fairly good one.
Oh, yours would have taken second watch again when it's darkest.
Alright.
It was amazing, and then it rolled over. That's natural 2 for 15.
Okay. What does Mel's watch look like?
Mel sits to keep the other party in her line of sight, but she doesn't want it to look like she's outwardly staring at them, but she is keeping them in her periphery as she watches. She's trying to let go of the frustrations from earlier in the day because she remembers a similar watch in the hills where she held on to all that frustration, and then a shadow demon attached itself to her shadow. So she doesn't want to be inviting in any more negativity like that. But it's difficult. She's been trying not to show it outwardly, but not knowing what's going on in Menzoberranzan and with her parents has been bothering her quite a bit. And just knowing how long it's been taking to get there and how long it's still going to take to get there, it's hard. It's hard to just sit with that and be okay with that without it adding to the stress and the worry. But she's trying her best to let go of some of that frustration, at least from earlier in the day. The worry and the stress is not going anywhere, but trying not to see what happened in the treetops as an omen and just trying to let that go.
Okay.
She trances. She would normally lay down, but I think this evening she sits cross-legged with her pack like in her lap and her arms kind of around it. Her scimitars are up in the holster, which is under her cloak, so they can't be seen. But
Your watch goes by without issue. Um, Nothing seems to catch your attention. As inwardly focused that it is, there's nothing that's like large enough movements that scream threat. A long rest is completed. Your camp is undisturbed. You do hear from across the way, it is, Bandira. We're making breakfast over here. Do you want any?
Yes, please.
And so as half of their group is putting up their camp into travel areas, you've got Jisani once more at the fire making food for everybody. Anyone who wants it. They, of course, make enough for Rumi to have some as well.
I share my 2 fruit.
I've never seen anything like this.
Neither have I. But it tastes pretty good, though.
Right, well, I'll cut that up and put them on plates.
Once Ash is all packed up and ready to go, she'll lean into the others and be like, hey, I don't think we should linger. The sooner we get on the road, the sooner we get to where we're going.
I completely agree with you.
I kind of look at my group and pick up on the fact that they want to get going, and they don't want to travel with the gnomes. And so I turn to my friends and go, thank you so much for spending, yesterday with us, and for cooking great food, and also for talking to me and everything. That was really cool. But I think we are anxious to get going.
You're fine. Like I said, we was only going to travel until we had to part ways. So if this is where you're parting ways, go on your way. Like I said, enjoy your journey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna really think on what you guys have said. I really appreciate it, and I hope someday that we do meet up again. It'll be really fun to catch up and see where you guys are at.
If we meet up again, you're welcome to travel with us until our paths diverge again.
Great. All right, thank you. Bye, guys. Be well. Travel well.
They're a bit.
Join the group.
Yeah, they're a bit more slow going in their packing up of the camp. They don't seem to be wanting to stay here specifically, but they're definitely not, trying to extend their travels with you guys. It's just 2 ships that seem to sail along at the same time for a little bit.
Cool. Hey, go back to the group. Okay, I'm ready.
Good, we're leaving.
What are some moments that you have as you travel? These can be conversations between your group, thoughts to yourselves. It's been about 11 days since you left Bluskin at this point.
I think as we travel, I'm kind of quiet. Um, I mean, I still pay attention to where we're going and everything else, but I'm thinking on everything that the gnomes and I talked about, um, and trying to figure out. I mean, the thing that really stuck with Magda was, being part of the group, but also be true to who you are, and you know, um, don't get lost in the party. So she thinks on that and tries to figure out, okay, who is she? You know, before she was just one of the guild members, but now she's out in the world and traveling, and what does that make her? And then what does she want? So yeah, she's very thoughtful.
I think Ash is quiet too. Um, but that's just Ash. She doesn't start conversations, but she doesn't shy away from any if they happen. Um, she's kind of just locked in. Um, and that's just how it is.
Meliors is happy to keep offering Velveolor poses sessions when they make camp. And she's generally pretty quiet. That doesn't change too much, but she does try and find time at some point to have separate conversations with Ash and Magda. She just wants to thank them both for joining her in this and acknowledge that they probably have other things that they could or would like to be doing, and it's taking quite a bit of time. And particularly with Ash, Melioris would make sure she knows that she understands that she has other things to do, and Melioris would happily pay back the kindness that she's showing in being here when the time comes.
I think Ash is very appreciative of that. Out of I don't want to speak for everyone, but out of everyone, she probably understands Mel's position and her feelings about what's happening a little better. So again, while she cares and she wants to help, she wouldn't be here if she didn't.
I, the term tit for tat. None of my favorite. It's not one of my favorite sayings, Mel. Because I feel like, well, I'll do this if you do this for me, and I feel like you should do something because it's the right thing to do, you know, and not expect anything in return. And I feel like you helped Baldur's Gate, which is my home, because it was the right thing to do. And I want to do this for you because it's the right thing to do. And I don't mean right thing to do as in, oh, we want to be the heroes and goody two shoes. It's more like right thing to do is because you're my family. When family is hurt or suffering or needs something, you go do it. You do whatever it needs to be done to take care of your family. So, no, this is exactly where I want to be. And you don't owe me anything. I don't think our relationship is, oh, I owe you or you owe me or whatever. It's just you do it because you do it.
I think you hit it on the nose, Magda. We're a team.
Yeah.
We're kind of a family, the four of us.
Yeah.
We help each other.
Yep. And I'm really looking forward to seeing a new place. Like Menzo Baranzan sounds really terrible in such a way because of the whole situation with your brother, but it also sounds really beautiful when you described it. And your parents are there, and I would love to meet them. And
Yeah, the
No offense
Underdark
or
is
anything.
definitely both. It's beautiful and also terrifying.
Yeah, no offense or anything.
kind of like you, huh?
I'm not looking forward to going down there, but I will.
Parts of it are beautiful. Parts of it. I appreciate it. All of you.
Yep. We're family.
Not too long to go before Menzo bends. Or at least, not too long before the Underdark. This is where we're going to end our session. And we will pick up in our next one.